All right, hey everybody, this is Nick from Mecha Warehouse, and I'm back today with weekly update number 12. It's been an exciting week, and by exciting I mean just like dreadfully exhausting. I'm starting to feel a little bit under control again, but the anxiety is real. Just dealing with everything that needs doing around here. Super busy, and things are in some ways magnified by having a new employee starting this week. So it kind of puts a little more pressure on me, knowing that I got more stuff going on that's going to eat a little more of my time this week. So anyway, let's get into it. So start out week in review, which I guess I kind of started into already. Let's see. Yeah, it's been a really busy week. Getting ready for the Mecha Minion to start. Getting inventory checked in for restocks this week. Worried about content and marketing. Everything I do around here is just, like I've said, I'm basically a one-man show. I've got my wife helping me with some behind-the-scenes stuff, thank God, because I would not be able to handle everything that I'm doing without her help. But I've just been outright flat out all week. And it's one of those things where you're constantly worried about what needs to get done first, because you know you're not going to get to everything. What's the most important stuff? What needs to happen today in order for tomorrow to work the way it needs to work, etc. And it's just been very taxing. So I'll be looking forward to having some help and getting that employee up to speed, so I can hopefully spend a little bit more of my time focused on that stuff and not packing orders. But we'll see. It'll take a while to get there. Kind of worth mentioning, I think, too. We had a bunch of inventory coming this week. A lot of it has been checked in. A lot will be checked in for next week's restock as well, just based on how much there was and when it all came in. Some of the stuff, I literally, have you ever seen that video clip with the FedEx drivers and the UPS drivers and Amazon drivers? And it's like the comparison. There's like a bunch of people have done it. It's like a meme kind of thing going around. And I feel like this week was representative of that pretty well, to the point where I'm pretty sure some of the dings and dents I got on shipments from FedEx, I can point out to where I saw the driver throwing the box around. It wasn't our normal driver this week for the couple shipments we received this week, and it was just painful. Makes me appreciate our usual driver. And similarly, on the UPS side, and I don't think this was my driver's fault at all. It's a different driver than my usual driver as well. But opened the back of the truck up, and it looked like everything was just kind of piled up in the back. It was just like, oh, those aren't mine, are they? And I know they were. And including a box that I'm pretty sure I could see a kit all the way through the bottom of the box. So it'll be interesting to see when I get to check that stuff in for next week, what damage there is, if any. Hopefully not a lot, but we'll have to find out. And like I said, the other big happening this week is that my Minion starts tomorrow. Well, tomorrow for me, today for you, on Friday, and should be fun. Really excited to get my employee up to speed, and really excited to be able to do something other than pack orders every day, all day. So that'll be great. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes to get him up to speed and figure all that stuff out. But that will be the next part of the journey, so to speak. Next up, let's do restock. And I should have prepped for restock, so I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I was only gonna grab a few things, but as I was walking around, I was like, oh, we got those in. Oh, we got these in. And so why not share everything? Let me just double check. So a bunch of stuff came in, bunch of stuff's being restocked this week, and some really cool kits in there. This is not everything, but some that I think people would be interested in seeing. High grade bale is back. We've had this before, and a lot of people have been asking about it. The Hello Kitty Zaku kits, both the char and the regular variants are in. Those are new release. Oh shoot, I forgot the Mobius. I'll grab the Mobius in a second. Death Scythe Hell. This is another really popular kit. Really happy to have those back. The ZZ Gundam Verka, another really cool kit. And one more I think people will be kind of excited about. The new Gundam Verka. Gotta play with the lighting situation here. This is the titanium finish version. The titanium finish Sinanju sold so fast. So, although we got a few of those left too, but really popular kits. So I think those will probably move fairly fast, but they shouldn't sell out in a day or anything. So you have a moment. And we got the Double O Sky Mobius in as well. That's a brand new release as well. So exciting stuff. Love when we get brand new releases in. Love when we restock popular kits. So there's some more kits out there as well that we got in. But those are some of the ones that came to mind. We also got like the new entry grade Pac-Man is in. And there were a few others. So definitely worth checking out the restocks. Even if what you saw, if you didn't see what you're looking for, because I might have left something out that might be what you're interested in. All right, and Q&A. Let's do Q&A next. So just a reminder, if you have a question you would like answered, please post it down in the comments. I would love to answer your questions. I think I forgot to ask last week, which is why I don't have many questions this week. It could be a question about Mecha Warehouse, about me personally, whatever you want to ask. If I don't want to answer it, I won't answer it, but I like answering questions, and I think it's valuable for you. So my question this week comes from Jake Boston and says, I've always wondered what your process is for picking what to stock. Do you go by what's popular, whatever you can get your hands on in larger quantities, what? This is a great question. This is one of the hardest things I think about running a gunpla shop, or probably running any store, but I think it's extra difficult with a gunpla shop, especially one that's growing rapidly like Mecha Warehouse is. So when I started out, I used to use Amazon data. There's some Amazon apps that you can get that will actually show you the sales rank, or estimated sales rank at least, of various products on Amazon, which lets you know how frequently they sell. And you can even sometimes see how often sales happen on Amazon for a given product. This is how Amazon sellers know how much to buy, and when you're trying to figure out maybe what kind of product to private label or what to sell on Amazon to potentially start an Amazon type business, that's one of the data points you use. So when I started out, I used that. Problem was that Amazon is not representative of the gunpla building community in the US as a whole, more so the casual builders, because the more serious builders, probably like you, are coming to a shop like Mecha Warehouse to buy your kits. So that's great for really popular kits, things that people that maybe aren't fully into the hobby would buy. It doesn't really give you a lot of data on stuff that people who are deep in the hobby would buy that might otherwise not sell very well on like Amazon. That said, I need to figure out how to sell what I want to sell somehow. So my system right now is kind of haphazard. A lot of it is gut feel. I know, for example, that wing kits, Gundam Wing series kits, for example, tend to sell pretty well. And IBO sells well, for example, and certain other series or certain other obscure suits don't necessarily sell as well. I use a lot of historical data. So if I've sold a kit before and it sold really well when I had it, I know I need to get more of it next time. And that helps inform me quantities. You know, if I've sold a kit, 3 kits a week for a given kit, that tells me something different than if I sold 20 of those a week, or, you know, sold 1 every 4 weeks. So that's really the best I can do, is my own historical data. And sometimes it's, you can kind of guess from similar kits. So for example, the new Gundam Verka sold fairly well. So the titanium finish version is probably going to sell well as well, because it was a popular kit and it's just a variant of that kit. I can tell you pretty easily that new Build Divers sells pretty well, but not necessarily all of them. And it's, you kind of can start seeing trends, and I'm sure there's a better way of doing it, but I use a lot of gut feel, and I just have to kind of make a guess. The hardest part, though, is that my orders sometimes are for like 3 months from now, which is, I've got a lot of orders placed for over the next 3 months. and my sales volume very well could be 2x by the time these items come in from what it was when I placed the order, a month or two ago. And that's always changing. It was a huge problem when when we transitioned into the pandemic, when sales shot up through the roof for us, because prior to that, I was buying several of a kit. I'd buy like 3 or 5 or maybe like 12 if I knew it was a really popular kit. And now I'm buying a case or 2 or 3, depending on how popular a kit is. And I'm sure a year from now, I'll probably be buying a dozen cases for a popular kit or more. And that kind of lag is making it really difficult to keep things in stock for the really popular stuff. And sometimes I overbuy things that aren't as popular as a result. And it's a constant struggle, but working through it, and hopefully having more time after this hire, I should be able to invest more time into maybe systematizing how to make those buying decisions. Is always a challenge. So that's it for questions this week. Like I said before, if you have a question yourself, post it in the comments below, and I will be more than happy to do my best to answer it. And I guess that's all for this week. So thank you for watching. I will catch you all next week, and yeah, see you later.